Stage 3 of the Santos Northwestern Tour starting in Bingara. We've just had the team meeting in the Roxy Theatre, and my gosh, what a beautiful old building that is, built in 1936. But the race itself is very interesting today, with two coals, one only 8 kilometres out. My belief is that the teams are going to turn it on for that to establish an early break.
It's a little bit of a lumpy stage today, 105 k's, a bit of a climb early on, pretty steep one actually. And then we flatten out a bit if there's a bit of wind. That could be interesting.
The second climb is a little bit longer, but not as difficult as the first one. It's about 30 k's from the finish, but it's the last 25 k's that is pancake flat. My belief is if Team Genesis do not have a rider in the break, it is doomed. The two climbs were influential. Everybody was saying that first climb they were going to light it up, and that's what happened. But no breakaway got away. Jay Crawford got over the climb first. The second KOM, there was an incident involving Neil van der Ploeg.
After the second climb, there was a bit of an incident with Haig and Neil came down sprinting for the KOM, and so that we the bunch respectfully just neutralised it a bit after the descent, and then after that, everyone started racing again. There was a few attacks, and then Budget were trying to keep it under control.
That's where the race really started in this event. Surprisingly, on the flat, undulating small hills, and it was Craig Evers who made an attack. He was joined by Cameron Bailey. The complacency in the bunch really allowed that break to go away, thinking that the major difficulties was all over.
We just worked really well together for the rest of the 20k, and it wasn't until like the last 4k or so when we turned left that I saw there was a big enough gap that we could actually hold this off and win it.
Those two riders stayed away. They opened a minute gap, which came down to 24 seconds in the end, and it was Cameron Bailey in the last kilometres who managed to crack Craig Evers. He had to leave him behind. Craig had nothing left, but he held on to take a great second place. Cameron Bailey smiling from ear to ear, a fantastic win.
It wasn't until that last 100 metres or so when the adrenaline started picking in, realising I'd actually won this race, and that's when it started to all sink in.